Be good. Hi guys, welcome, welcome. Hi Jamaria, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So I'm actually going to be doing a collective spread for the collective energies tonight. Hi Idahoan, how are you, hun? I hope you're doing good. Hi Cosmic, how are you? How's everyone doing? Let's see. Hi Vashay, how are you? I'm doing good. Hi Benzilla, how are you? How's everyone doing? Glad you're doing good. Good. It's kind of late, but I wanted to pull a collective reading. There's been a lot coming through this week, synchronicity-wise, and hi Rebel, how are you? Good, I'm happy to see you too. There's been a lot coming through this week, synchronicity-wise, and I know we're in the midst of Lionsgate, and there's just tons of energies and a lot of things surfacing and resurfacing, and so I wanted to do a collective card pull while I had the time to do so. Hi Partly Cloudy, how are you? Long time no see, I hope you're doing good. How are you, Vashay? Angie, how are you? I hope you're doing good. I miss you. Let's see. Hi, Lauren. Yeah. Yeah. Twin flame journeys, man. They're interesting. Thank you. Thanks, Tanji. You're doing well? Good. I'm glad. Oh, thank you, Benzel. You're so sweet. Yeah, I actually, ooh, hold on, guys. Gotta work for that one. Oh, shoot. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's been so many messages coming through about lightning recently. Lightning and selenite and more lightning and rainbows and more selenite and more lightning. Hi, Princess. How are you? Thank you. So this necklace I'm obsessed with. I got it from She's the Rainbow. I found her on Instagram, and I love her crystal necklaces, and now I'm addicted. But this one's fluorite, and what's interesting is she tapped into the crystals to see what astrological sign they tied into, and this one's actually tied into the sign of Taurus, and that's my North Node. So I was automatically drawn to this one specifically. And then another one of my friends, Edgar, kindly sent me a donation so I could get the rose quartz one, because I really want the rose quartz one now. I have a problem, guys. I'm addicted to their necklaces, but they're really pretty. So if you want to check them out on Instagram, it's at She's the Rainbow, all one word. And of course, you know, me and rainbows, so and crystals and tarot cards and all that jazz. Who's my guide with the grayish curly hair and pretty dress? Well, it could be my grandma Cher. It could be my grandma Cher. It could be, who else could it be? It could be my mother-in-law, my husband's mother. I have many guides. Believe me when I say, I have many guides. You have Aquarius North Node. Amazing. I'll share my signs with you since we're getting personal. I'm a Pisces Sun, I'm a Pisces Moon, and I'm a Sagittarius Rising. And my North Node is Taurus, and my South Node is Scorpio. So that's me. And what are my starseed origins? Let's just say it's infinite. The list goes on and on and on, and every day I'm finding out a new one. I don't know. I'm just being silly. I like to play with accents, and I'm weirdo. So get used to it. Okay. Let's see what these cards are saying. Oh, shit. Well, I think this might turn into a love reading. We'll see. It's kind of going that way. Let's see. Unicorn energy. Amazing. Hi, Kenneth. Oh my God, congratulations. Good for you. How are you doing, Kenneth? I'm reading, catching up on comments. Tangi's laughing. I love her. She's powerful. She also had unicorn energy. Okay. Okay, amazing. Yeah, the unicorn's been coming through a lot. Interestingly enough, my daughter told me a while ago that I was her daughter in a past life. So it could be one of her spirit guides or her energy that you're picking up on, because she definitely channels that unicorn energy, and she's actually wearing a unicorn shirt today. So there's that. Let's see. Hi, Harold. Amazing. I'm doing good. The number 3, that's significant. That's been coming through left and right. Yeah. Okay. Layla. Ooh, okay. Layla. Interesting. I'll take note of that and I'll try to find out. But also names mean symbolic things too. So whenever I get a name, it can mean something else. Like for example, the name Melissa means bee. So Layla could mean something significant. Also, the lay came through today. I was talking with my amazing soul sister, Amanda from Indigo Angel, and we were talking about Lemuria and how the Hawaiians worshipped many things, but they chose the lei to wear because it represents the umbilical cord. So there's many ties to that, but Layla. Ley lines, could be ley lines too. There's many things there. It's very symbolic. All right, bye. Thank you, Idahoan, for coming in. I appreciate you. Princess says she's Capricorn Sun. Nice. Scorpio and Pluto. I think my Scorpio might be in Pluto. I have to double check. I think I have a Scorpio and Pluto, but I'm not 100% sure. I gotta look, but could be. Big Sun. Hold on. Oh no, I want to read that. Hold on, bring it back. How do I see my chat now? Oh, there it is. Okay. What does that say? Okay. Seeing a big sun like you in front of a what? Why won't it let me read the full comment? Absorbing the energy and smiling big. Yeah. Yeah, there's, yeah. Bye, Tangi. All right. There's a lot coming in. So there's been a lot coming through. Hi, Kay. Happy belated birthday, girl. I love you. I hope you had fun on your birthday. Did you have fun on your birthday? You can't sleep? My life path number is a number 1. Numero uno. Okay, so the energies that I'm getting right here is we're definitely working with the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. There's some energies here. It's like, it's definitely like that war between the darkness and the light that's been coming up like all week. So there's definitely a reiteration here of the darkness battling the lights, and you know, it's pretty redundant, but as you all know, the light wins. So basically it's like the darkness is trying to get the attention of the lighted ones to, I don't know, try to provoke fear or something to distract them. But the main message here is to just remain very firm and strong within your grounding and also your cosmic channelings, and to just remain centered and to just know that everything's going to be fine, because a lot of people get deterred off the path or get worried thinking that, you know, shit's gonna hit the fan. But like, even if it did, it wouldn't even matter because the light wins. I mean, we've already won. So yeah, it's just, I guess, watching the mind, like making sure you have control over the mind, balancing out those energies, that kind of thing. I'm also getting some of you really tapped into your abundance, and then some of you still doubting yourselves when it comes to your abundance. And it's like, I feel like that's kind of like the darker energies trying to manipulate or distort or keep you from all that is your birthright, keep you from all that, I mean, naturally would be anyways. I mean, if you think about it, we came from higher dimensions where everything just manifested at the moment of a thought, if thought is even a thing. You know, like, you have to think, like, when you tap into higher dimensional terms, like what that means. And then you have to learn the way to anchor that down into the physicality by using the same modalities that you used in the higher dimensional realms. So it's like getting away from the 3D physicality more into energy work, which feels really weird, really scary, and really off kilter, and like feels like you're going against the whole program of society, basically, because that's basically what you're doing, and you're learning how to deprogram the whole societal base and structure. But it's really important because that message keeps coming through. And I myself personally have noticed when I work with energy as opposed to like working hard in the physicality, I acquire more abundance that way. I work better that way. And I feel like it's an important message for everybody. Of course, there's still going to be work because we live here, but it's a different kind of work. It's more like working with frequency, and how that best goes with you. Like, how do you work with frequency? How do you work with energy? And when you think of manifesting, where do those energy centers reside from? Is it within your solar plexus? Is it within your sacral plexus? Is it coming from your heart chakra? Is it simply only being visualized with your pineal? And there's like no right or wrong way. It's just whichever frequencies you're more prone to working with is kind of the modalities and the things that you're going to be learning how to work with, as opposed to the 3D physicality. We're getting like, I don't know, like for star seeds, we're getting away from the third dimensional constructs of the way we always used to do things, and headed more into an energetical directive direction. It's like how we're going to be working with the energies and acquiring abundance and basically anything. So it's interesting. But I do feel a lot coming in this week from the archonic energies as well, like the darker energies that are trying to still make their presence known and act like they have the main authority. But honestly, it's a balance between both energies here on the dualistic plane. But if we're multidimensional beings and we can acquire higher, then also our ways of doing things, our ways of viewing any kind of energy can be, you know, handled a multitude of ways. So again, it isn't just going to be, there's several layers to it, but basically it's like we see the higher perspective. We know, I mean, those of us that are able to tap in and feel like we're time travelers and feel like we're back from the future, it's like we just have this knowing that, all is well and all will be well, and there's really nothing to worry about. Hey, Agnes, what's up, girl? How are you? Kay's in here too. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting. And it's just understanding, like, these archonic energies, they're very manipulative. But once you've had it happen to you more than once, you learn the way they operate. And then from there, it's like you've built your own multidimensional fortress around you. And I mean, no matter what, you're always protected. And if you have the light within you and the love within you, I mean, if you're solidified in that truth, you're good. You're golden. I mean, there's nothing that anyone or anything can do to you. But once you have the understandings of how they work, you're like 10 steps ahead of the game. It's kind of funny because it's like they out themselves by showing their true colors and by the ways they operate. So they show themselves and they teach you how to work with those energies and how to transmute them. So in a way, it's kind of a blessing because you're always going to be 10 steps ahead. It's like, do they really want to do that? Maybe I'm giving away a secret here, but I mean, I think it's already known. So, yeah. Then we have this card. This card is the man holding a heart. And, this isn't just love. I mean, it is the card of love, but it isn't just romantic love. It's literally just standing in your truth within the love of what you are. Within the love, standing in love, fighting with love. Love is pretty much all there is and all there ever will be. So just the gnosis and knowing of that, it's like, here it is. Thank you so much. This is from She's the Rainbow, at She's the Rainbow on Instagram. Her jewelry's awesome. And also Agnes, who's in here, she makes crystal beaded bracelets that are actually behind me. I'm not going to go grab it because I'm lazy. But they're beautiful too. And I have her Etsy shop link listed down below almost every single one of my videos, my readings. So if you're interested in beautiful crystal bracelets that are definitely authentic and handpicked with care, beautiful. She does custom orders too, but she does healings on them before she sends them out. And I'm telling you, every single one I bought, you can literally feel the energies and feel the love, and like the energy is just vibrating higher. And so I highly recommend those too. Okay, so 7th chakra is your crown chakra. So working with the violet flame is kind of like something that's a no-brainer anymore. But if you've never heard of it, definitely try attempting working with the violet flame. If you feel like you need to do some transmutational work, it's a great flame to work with and tap into. We're also accessing our own inner gnosis, our own inner knowing, our own Akashic records, our own book of knowledge. As opposed to looking outside of ourselves, we're really trusting our book of knowledge. It is like, boom, unlocked. It is like, boom, come online. It is like, okay, every channeling I get, I'm not doubting anymore because I know how this works, and I'm trusting my own inner guidance system, and I'm trusting my own inner information that I'm receiving. And of course, you can always research and piece together other people's perspectives of knowledge. That's what we're here to do, is to acquire all the pieces of the puzzle and everyone's frequencies and everyone's light codes, so that way we can all come together and figure it all out, piecing synchronicities together. But in the past, we had always, I guess, looked outside of ourselves for the answers because that's the way we were programmed to do so in school, before school, all of that. But now we're really trusting the information that we already have at hand, that lies within our own DNA, that lies within our own frequency, that lies within our own mind, that lies within our own soul. And we're able to acquire this easily, more easily, and with less doubt. There's more trust there. It's like, boom, the book has been opened. And there's everything that you need. And it's like a full confidence now where we're acquiring our own inner knowledge, our own understanding and resonance, and we're able to then express it out. So, oh, that's amazing. You can find me if you want to direct message me. It's at kimberkiss_cosmic_queen. And yeah, you can direct message me on there. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, so yeah, it's just a lot of darkness and light, duality, archonic energy just keeps like trying to come through, you know? But when we're solidified within our frequency like this, you know, it can keep attempting and trying to come through, but it can't access you when you're very, very grounded and you're very, very rested and assured, knowing that, okay, this is my truth, this is my light, this is what I'm here to do. And even if you're unsure of what you're here to do, you just being here is what you're here to do. So yeah, but we're coming out of those energies too. Like we're seeing them. Yeah. So they're trying to bring a essence of confusion and indecision into your daily life, to where you're having to make decisions for yourself, but still, I guess, perhaps confused. But it's not you that's confused, it's the energy that's confused by your light. And you're simply picking up on that energy. You literally are the world. You literally are source. You literally are God, goddess, here, now, spiritual being in the physical presence, miraculous. You just having come down here is a miracle in and of itself. So you just being here is the miracle. And entities that don't have the soul or the essence of love are always going to be envious of that, are always going to be jealous of that. And if they're choosing to reside at a lower frequency, I mean, you can transmute these frequencies. There's so much you can do with this, but it's like what I was told from like a really good friend of mine that made so much sense. My friend Shane from Spirit of the Cosmos. Shout out to Shane. If you're not following him on YouTube, you need to. But he was like, you know, we came onto this planet and the planet was of darkness. So we're the ones that are literally invading here. Yeah. So it makes more sense, doesn't it? Why they're so desperate to stay in a lower frequency, but we're here to ascend the planet because enough is enough. Enough is enough. No more distortion, no more manipulation. There's truth and then there's untruth, and there's truths and there's untruths. But what about the middle ground? The middle ground. So I keep seeing that, the balance, the middle ground, and knowing your truth, knowing the entirety of all truths, and that's what you are. And that's what you represent here. And we're here to literally ascend this planet to the next dimensional wave. We're here to bring about heaven. We are, because we are that. They don't like that, right? But that's what we're here to do. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of you manifesting, and I'm seeing a lot of you putting strategies into place. And I think it's really important, especially during this time, to really be clear on what it is that you're manifesting, and really be clear on even just the frequency that you want to emanate or the frequency that you want to reside at. This is always going to fluctuate. It's always going to be multidimensional, just like your soul. But when you have that intention set in place of what feels best to you, and you have that grounded by writing it down, it really helps in the process of everything that you're going through or every illusion that you're buying into. If you can always tap back into that truth of what your frequency is or what you want to decide it to be, then you're good. Yeah. And I'm seeing a different way of taking action, like I said before. There's going to be different ways of healing. There's going to be different ways of taking action. There's going to be different ways of manifesting like you've never seen before. Actually, you have seen them before, but probably just not not on the physicality. We're tapping back into the higher dimensional ways of doing, being, expressing. Why? Because the earth is ascending. So it's only normal that we go back to the ways of things and how they always were done and how we remember them to be. So now it makes sense to me, because I was really confused as to why they were having me work with frequency as opposed to physically working. You know, we're so programmed and used to the train, emphasis from spirit. We're so used to and accustomed to physically working or working very hard in the physicality. And then they were like, no, you're not doing that anymore. You're going to work with energy this way. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, how is that going to work? You know, even our higher self, you know, can get thrown for a loop sometimes, or we can have that disconnect because we're so programmed. We're so programmed. You too, Benzilla. Have a good night. We're so programmed to think that things have to be this way or that way because they were put into our mind to be this way or that way. But it's not going to be that way for much longer. So learning how to work with energy, learning how to emanate your frequency out to receive abundance in will be vital coming up here. Vital. Like, it's going to be the way of living. It's going to be the way of doing things. So yeah. Yes. So there's a lot with time travel that's been coming through, a lot with, yeah, blossoming abundance here. Blossoming abundance, new ways of channeling, new ways of expressing, new ways of being, new ways of viewing energy, new ways of viewing the dimensions. Yeah, it's like literally like we've ascended to a point where the third dimension doesn't really keep up with us. It can't keep up with us because we're just evolving and we're radiating higher. So it doesn't, you know, it can't keep up. I think that's why we received the time is running out card, Agnes. If Agnes is still on here, she keeps getting the card of time running out. And though we know in our mind, in our heart of hearts, that time is a made-up construct, that it was actually man-made to control or to keep things on a specific timeline, to control, but time is just, it isn't even a thing, you know, it isn't, we are energy, we are infinite, there's no controlling a soul that is infinite with anything for that matter. And so matter, physicality, so it's like, you know, we're seeing beyond the 3D, which is, it can be very strange and confusing when we're not grounded. But when we're grounded and we're in a space of just pure essence, pure balance, pure channeling, we remember where we came from and how things were done. And that's pretty much what we're going back into. Yeah. And we're bringing balance to it too. So it can feel overwhelming, you know, because it's a completely different way of doing things as opposed to what we grew up learning. But that's what we're going back into. Triangles are really important, by the way, you guys. They keep showing me there's like a little triangle indent on my door, and triangles have been coming through left and right, and it's insane. Yeah. So if you've ever believed that you couldn't be abundant, it's because the system that is in place that's trying to control you wants you to believe that. Are you going to buy into it? Look at your soul. Do you not know that your soul is more worthy and worth more than a gajillion bars of gold? Like, our soul is the mechanism that they want. And because they can't access it and because they can't have it, they're going to make you feel inferior in every single aspect that they possibly can. And so we're seeing the deceit that lies within everything in this physicality. We've just forgotten. You know, we came here, we knew we were on a mission, we got here, we had our memory erased, and we're like, fuck. And they're like, yeah, figure it out. And so now we're beginning to figure it out. Now we're starting to remember. Now we're starting to awaken. And it isn't just one awakening. It's going to be several processes of awakenings. And it's always going to be evolving. And we literally need each other to fit all the pieces together, the puzzle pieces. This is another big message that, I mean, we all know, but it's good to have reiterated, but it's also something that maybe some of us don't know. But we all have our own gifts, okay? And the reason we have this is because Source wanted to experience the physicality through a lens or lenses of many different focal points and eyes and different abilities and ways of expressing itself, to relearn itself. Maybe Source is reawakening through us. But anyways, each of us has different gifts. Why is this? Because they're different pieces to the puzzle. So why does the government or the powers that be that are intimidated by us because they're scared of us, because they know that even just one of us, when our DNA comes online, which it soon will, time is running out for them. Each of us hold a piece to the puzzle. Each of us hold specific gifts. What do we do when we need plumbing done on our house? We call the plumbing guy. And if we can't get a hold of one, we call a friend who knows a guy that can come and fix our plumbing, right? So we all have different abilities. For example, there's a girl that I was just recently introduced to who can control the weather with her mind. And yes, this is very real. We are all literally characters from Marvel. But they have these played out in movies to make you think and believe that these superheroes and their abilities reside outside of yourself and that you would never have access to abilities like that when they've been inside of you all fucking along. And they're the ones that don't have the abilities, which is why they need to make you feel inferior, like you don't have them. Because they're fucking terrified. They're scared. Because they know. And now we know. But anyways, like I was getting to, you call a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, or you have a friend that refers someone and they're like, oh yeah, they're very, well known and well diverse in this area. And so you call them in and they do a great job. And it's the same thing here. I know someone that can control their mind with the weather. I also know other people that can control their mind with the weather. I know people that can do aerokinesis. I also know other people that can do aerokinesis. I know people that can levitate. I know people that can move huge objects with their mind. And no, this isn't a special ability. It isn't. It's things that have always been within us. Always, 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 always. We just simply have forgotten. And we've also been programmed to believe that we can't do these things and that they exist outside of ourselves and they make us feel inferior, like these are special gifts that you could never do, when actually we are the ones that invented them because we have always done them. So we're remembering. And we're having, this has just been something that has been channeled collectively across the board, and it's just going to keep coming in and keep getting louder and keep getting louder. And by the way, a lot of us, 144,000, which is just a code, by the way, us light workers that are here, us love workers that are here, it's like everything's coming online. Everything. And we are all on the same wavelength. That's why you watch a YouTube video and 2 seconds later you find another psychic who's talking about the same damn thing on another video, another channel. And you're going to be seeing this more and more and more and more and more. Why? Because we're on the same wavelength now. We're syncing up. We're coming together. And they don't want us to come together. But there are many of us that hold very, 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 very amazing gifts. We all hold amazing gifts. Every single one of us. Do you know what yours are? And can you remember and reawaken? Because you can. And I'm telling you, they're going to be coming online more and more and more and more and more. So it's really important to know what's to come because it's going to be happening more. And it's important also to be open-minded and to not judge, right? Because that's what they want you to do. And to not keep things separated. Always keep an open mind. Always keep an open heart. Always keep open arms. Because everyone has special gifts. Everybody. Everyone. And it's going to be important to know who has what gifts pretty soon. So, when we all come together with our gifts, we're unstoppable. And also, one of us, only one of us, holding all these gifts and different gifts within inside of us are different fragments of source, correct? So only one of us really needs to fully come online. So also keep that in mind. So, yeah. Now that I'm done ranting, let's see. I'm going to pull just like a couple more cards and just see what else comes through. Okay, so there's contracts here. There's contracts here. There's soul contracts, right? We have things that we put in place in order to balance out certain energies. And I think a lot of us know what these are. And they're also amazing lessons because they're teaching us so many things. The third eye is definitely reiterated here, and the heart chakra. And I had a vision in a reading a while ago, but it was of the third eye beaming out like this and the heart chakra beaming out like this. And what do they form? They form a triangle. If you keep seeing triangles, or you seeing the number 3 or the number 2, and you're seeing triangles left and right, or hearing about triangles or Pythagorean theorem and things like that, it's because this is a new geometric information, I guess, or download that's going to be coming in more and more and more. It has to do a lot with the Arcturians, but it also has to do with Stargate systems, and there's going to be more coming online about the Stargate systems. More is going to be brought to light, more is going to be understood, more is going to be more easily available to be tapped into. So they wanted me to talk about that too. So definitely keep that in mind as well. And we have the angel of love, yeah. So a lot of people are worried about the wrong things and not enough about the right things. And you can blame that on programming. It's not, necessarily your fault, but it's just really wanting to reiterate the power that you are, the amazingness that you are. And anyone that is going to tell you otherwise is scared, which is why they'll tell you otherwise. So just know that you're more powerful than you could ever even fathom on the 3D plane. So I think I heard the train going again. 333. So that concludes this reading. I'm going to speak some words right now just to activate you. I was told, and I do believe, that I was one of the oracles of Delphi in a past life, and how they channeled, or how I channeled back then, was very sporadic and kind of like jargon, but I would just throw out words and I would ramble. And sometimes I still do this in my readings, so I try to keep them more together, but sometimes I can't help it and the flow just comes out as me just spitting out words. So here we go. We're just going to channel, we're going to spit out words, and some of these are synchronicities that have been coming through left and right, and the key here is the key. It's to unlock things within you, it's to activate things within you, it's to help you to remember or to see into what is coming through in the collective consciousness and just being aware and receiving it. Tectonic plates. Tectonic plates, pole shifts, rising and lowering of tides of water, tsunamis, earthquakes, rising and falling of lost lands, the key, the lock, the keyhole, the tree, the train. Mudslides, fires, water, ocean. So a lot of earthly things, a lot of earthly elements. Mermaids, heart portals, third eye, remote viewing, bilocating, feeling into, harnessing, trusting, timing, time, clocks, clocks ticking, accessing the heart chakra, emanating out your frequency, allowing the sunlight in, sun gazing, moon gazing, stargazing, channeling into the earth, channeling above the earth, connecting the two within your balanced navel center, solar plexus, resonance, frequency, light spectrum, rainbow, the rainbow bridge, the birds, the cicadas, the clouds, the motherships above your houses right now, all of you. Shooting stars, comets, earth resonance, Schumann resonance, Stargate portals, accessing stargates. Accessing stargates through your body, channeling cosmic frequency, channeling beings of light, which are just higher dimensional aspects of you. Expanding, evolving your consciousness beyond the norm, or what's considered to be the norm. Expanding your own individualized sense of perceptions, and allowing your psychic abilities to unfold without any doubts, without any judgments, and without any fear of what anyone else thinks, does, says. I think that's it. I think that's all I'm getting right now. It's just a lot coming through. I love you all so incredibly much. Thank you so much for tuning in and for sharing this collective reading with me. Thank you for being here. And just know that this week, if you're receiving a lot of synchronicities, it's very, very common. It's going to be increasing more and more. Work with your crystals. It's very, very important. They're trying to deliver messages to you, different codes, different knowings. Tap into your own inner book of knowing and trust it, because it's important. I love you all so much. Thank you so much again. And until next time, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Have a great night.